So here's a nifty little website that I found the other day called 12ft.io or 12foot.io, which uses a bit of magic to bypass the paywall for many of the subscription-based news sites on the internet. Now, of course, many good online publications rely on subscription fees, so I'm not suggesting using this as an alternative to paying for your favourite sources of news. And in all honesty, this approach is probably too cumbersome to use on a regular basis. However, where it is perfect is for those times when you find an article that you really want to read on a site that you rarely visit and you're not willing to pay the subscription fee for the sake of reading one or two articles. So for instance, here I am on the Washington Post and I want to read this article about Tiger Woods returning to golf, which as you can see is blocked by the Washington Post's paywall. To read the article, all you need to do is copy the URL, switch back over to 12ft.io and paste the URL into the text field provided. Click Remove Paywall and there's your article available to read in full. Another way of doing the same thing is typing 12ft.io and a / after the HTTPS portion of the original URL. So here, if I paste the text into the URL of my Tiger Woods article just before where it starts www and click enter, give it a bit of time to work its magic, and there is our article once again available to read in full. If you own an iPhone or iPad, the developer has also created a handy shortcut so you can do the same thing on your tablet or mobile. Simply browse to 12ft.io/iOS and here you'll find the instructions and a link to the shortcut. Now the first step in this process says you need to go into settings and allow untrusted shortcuts, but as of iOS 15 this option seems to have disappeared from the settings menu. And to be honest, it worked just fine for me without making this change, so I think you can skip this step altogether. The second step is to download the shortcut, which you can do by clicking on the text here and then choosing Add Shortcut. Now if I head on over to my Tiger Woods article, again I get blocked by the Washington Post paywall. But if I click on Share, I can scroll down to the shortcut I just installed and click Remove Paywall. The shortcut wants to automatically open the page in 12ft.io, so I'll click Always Allow and there's my article once again ready to read. Sadly, this process doesn't work on all sites. For instance, here you can see an article taken from The Athletic, which I was hoping to read. But when I paste this URL into 12ft.io, it came back with only a portion of the full text. But that's okay, because I'm a subscriber of The Athletic anyway. So that is how to bypass the paywall on many online news sites. If you'd like to know how you can also remove ads from Safari on your iPhone and iPad, then you might be interested in watching this. You got to admit that this is much better than this, and wouldn't it be nice to get rid of this with a few simple clicks? There we go, that's better. To get rid of ads in Safari on your iPhone and iPad, all you need to do is install an ad blocker, or what iOS refers to as content blockers. There are a few to choose from, but my favourite is AdGuard. Once downloaded and installed, skip through the introduction by clicking Next until you get to this screen, which describes how to enable AdGuard's content blockers in Safari settings. Switch over to the Settings app and scroll down to Safari. Now we have an additional option called Content Blockers where we can enable all of AdGuard's features. Once enabled, we can switch back to AdGuard and go through the other settings. You'll get prompted to subscribe to AdGuard Premium, which offers a few extra features such as DNS protection and blocking phishing scams, but the ad blocking component is completely free, so you can choose to ignore this page by clicking on the X in the corner here. If we click on the shield icon in the menu, you can see that we have the Safari ad blocker enabled, and AdGuard also has a neat feature for blocking YouTube ads, which I made a video about a few weeks back if you're interested in learning about that. The next menu option provides activity stats, which is a premium feature, so we'll skip this page and move on to settings. Here you have general appearance settings where you can switch to dark mode and set data download options, but back on the main menu, click into Safari Protection. Here you have the option to block other web features such as social media widgets and what AdGuard refers to as annoyances. which include things like cookie notifications, subscription pop-up boxes, and messages asking you to turn off ad blockers. You can enable AdGuard's annoyance filter, but you also have the option to enable customized filters created by other AdGuard users. If we head back to the Safari protection screen, you can create your own customized filters by clicking on User Rules. There's a whole wiki page explaining how to create these rules and the syntax to use. Finally, if there are websites you feel are worthy of receiving ad-based revenue, then you can add them to the whitelist here, which means you'll continue to see ads on these pages. Simply click on Add Domain and enter the website domains such as theverge.com. You can also do the same thing directly in Safari by clicking on the font icon and clicking Turn Off Content Blockers, which will allow ads on the site you're currently viewing. So that is how to set up AdGuard to block ads in Safari. There is, however, a much easier way to block ads, and that is simply to install the Brave browser. Straight out of the box, Brave will block ads, trackers, and all other nasties without the need to change or configure any settings. Visit the website for lots more tips on iOS and all your favourite apps, and if you found this video useful, I'd appreciate you giving me a like and hit subscribe for lots more quick tips like this one. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.